Hi everyone, so as you know I'm doing book reviews and I think this is about book number 37 or 38, I don't know, and it's called MetaHuman by Deepak Chopra. And it's just going to be a really quick book review because if you look at this book, look how thick it is. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that I've read the whole book because that would be a lie. I got halfway, you can see that there. And I think I just decided at that point that, I mean, it's a good book. I'm not going to say it isn't. But what I put here is that it's too intense for me. Now, I like self-help books and I'm into spirituality and I read a lot of these types of books. But for me, I was getting lost because of how he explains things and it goes into a lot of detail. And for me, when I'm reading a book, I just like it to be more succinct. And yes, there's lots of really powerful bits of information. Some of the chapters include choiceless awareness, the direct path, one life, we are entangled in an illusion, and existence and consciousness are the same. So some of the things from the book, it says a society based on reason and science looks with skepticism on any such notion as being in the world, but not of it. The truth with a capital T. Millions of people strive to improve their lives without improving their personal reality. Somewhat in prehistory, Homo sapiens crossed over into virtual reality when a mind-made stimulation became essential in our evolutionary path. The simplest and most powerful version of a shortcut, which is to exchange illusion for reality, is defined as direct, easy, efficient and natural. No need for anything arduous and filled with obstacles. As you can see just from reading that, it's very wordy, very like maybe using more words than needed, but that's Deepak Chopra. If you're aware of any of his books, if you're aware of his talks, he does go deep. And I do like him as an author, I like him as a speaker, but I just think this book was just a bit too much for me. And I'm willing to admit that. I did give it 7.5 out of 10 because the content is generally good, but it's just something I couldn't follow. So it says here, I'm just going to read just literally one thing from the book. This is where I got to, where it talks about, in this book, I've been describing the simplest and most powerful version of a shortcut. I think I've just read that, which is to exchange illusion for reality. I define direct as easy, efficient and natural. There is no need for anything arduous and filled with obstacles. I insist on a path that is painless because I've seen too much of the opposite. Some people spend years in frustration and disappointment struggling to reach some spiritual goal that remains just out of reach. What baffles people is that the whole spiritual project gets tangled up in misguided ideas. So he lists things that you're going to encounter when you're on your spiritual journey. So one is mistaking the goal for some kind of self-improvement, assuming that you already know what the goal is, hoping that high consciousness will solve all of your problems, struggling and striving to get somewhere fast, following a cut and dried method, usually a method backed by some famous spiritual authority, hoping to be looked upon with respect, reverence or devotion, and being tossed around by the ups and downs of momentarily successes and failures. So overall, if you're into spirituality at a deep level, and if you're aware of Deepak Chopra, then this book will be perfect for you. But if you're coming across him for the first time and you're not aware of his personality or how he explains things or speaks, it might be too much for you. And if your spirituality level is not at that level of consciousness that his is, then it might just be like, whoa, this is a bit too much. However, give books a try, you know, that's the whole point of me doing these book reviews, is trying different books. This one actually wasn't one that I purchased. This was given to me by my sister and she's into spirituality quite a lot. So now that I've sort of half read it, I will be returning it to her. But yeah, the whole point of really reading is to gain knowledge. But sometimes you don't have to enjoy the book fully, but we can all learn something from everything. So, yeah, if you, I mean, the part about unleashing your infinite potential within, because that's the bottom part of the book, you know, obviously through spirituality you can. I thought there'd probably be more in there around goal setting and around, I don't know, motivational stuff, but it all fits in together. So yeah, I gave the book 7.5 out of 10 for the reasons I've mentioned. If you're interested in the book, then go out and purchase it for yourself. A lot of times as well, you can just look at book reviews, or you can look at book summaries on YouTube, or you can even go on Amazon and check out the reviews before you actually purchase a book. But yeah, that is Deepak Chopra, MetaHuman, and I gave it 7.5 out of 10. See you soon. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.